let's get ready to go hit back and rear delts. So, basic plan for back. Honestly, just a bunch of rows, pull downs, and pullovers. I mean, what else really is there if we're being honest? I definitely don't want to do anything like without my chest supported. I wouldn't want to be doing bent over barbell rows right now because I'm still feeling my glutes from the last leg day. And that was 2 days ago. So back first, and then I'll finish with rear delts. I don't know. I don't really think I would get much out of doing rear delts first. For the most part, I think I want to train my, let's just say the muscle that I'm biasing, or the muscle I want to grow more first. Like if I were to do chest and tries, I want to do chest first, and then tries. It gets a little bit weird because with legs, I do it backwards. I'll do hamstrings first and then quads. But that kind of serves a different purpose because when I do hamstrings first, they get a lot of blood flow in my knees. I just kind of feel better when I move on to, leg extensions and presses and whatnot. But really nothing too tricky with back. I mean, I don't mess with any like low back focus days or like upper back focus days. I just kind of hit the whole thing. I mean, sometimes I'll have like a back day where it's mainly pull downs, like mainly lat focused, and then other days I'll have one where it's a little bit more row biased. I think just an even spread of both is probably fine. You don't have to do a dedicated day for each. Because at the end of your, let's say you do a normal, you hit everything twice a week style split. If you do an upper back focus day and then a lower back focus day, you'll end up doing the same amount of work as the guy who did a just kind of whole back focus day twice. So probably nothing to really read into there. And the only other thing in terms of my back training that's a little bit controversial is, I never deadlift. The most I've ever deadlifted for a complete rep was 405 in high school. I did a. Is what happened was the next week. This was so early in my training that a back day was just like maxing out my deadlifts. How far we've come. But I had 405, and then the next week I went for 455. And I got it to my shins, but I couldn't finish the rep, and then I just never deadlifted again. So I didn't get hurt or anything. I was just like, this is stupid, whatever. And honestly, I still kind of have the same mentality about it. I can kind of justify a little bit better now, like I'm about to. It's when you're doing deadlifts, you're working your glutes, your lower back a ton, your erectors, your hamstrings are coming into play like crazy. Now, sure, you'll get you'll get some lat and some upper back, some trap development. I'm not going to say you won't. People with big backs have been built, or people have built big backs by deadlifting. It's undeniable. But in a bodybuilding context, I want to just hit my lats with, as much energy as I can muster. So I'd rather not waste a ton of energy and get super gassed after, let's say, even just 2 sets of heavy deadlifts. Because sure, I'll stimulate my lats, but I will, oh my god. I'll also waste a ton of energy hitting my glutes and my hamstrings, which I don't want to do. I'm not doing posterior chain day. I'm going to the gym to do a back day, so I only want to hit back. Right? That's why I'm using straps too, so I don't have my forearms and biceps come into play, at least not too much, when I'm doing my pull downs or rows. Because again, I want to just focus on my back. Lats, traps, rhomboids, all sorts of shit in between. So the only other thing I could kind of say is a tip is if you're not using lifting straps, I would highly advise it. I know that you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, I want to build my forearms. If you want to build your forearms, you should hit your forearms directly. Right? Don't compromise your back training and your forearm training just because you want to multitask. That's just my feeling on the matter, at least. So I'm fucking still yawning. I gotta slam the pre. 2 scoops of bloodshot and a scoop of hostility. Fuck. I forgot to take my beta alanine. I've been adding beta alanine in to the pre, and it doesn't have. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have like immediate effects. It's you kind of build up. It's like creatine. You kind of build up a level of satiation of it, and then it kind of takes effect. So I'm in the loading phase of the beta alanine this month, but I can just take it when I get back, and it'll still do its thing. So enough chit chat. Let's just get started. Oof. All right, there we go. The camera's freaking bugging on me for a second. So back and rear delts complete. I can still kind of feel my calves, so I'm not going to hit them. But whenever they're not sore, I feel like your calves deserve just a touch. Just a little itty bitty touch stimulation, you know. Nothing crazy either. I'm not saying you got to sit here and like absolutely obliterate them, but I mean, I just know for a fact that you probably aren't hitting calves as much as you should. And I'm inclined to believe that that statement holds true for the non-silent majority. I know a lot of you guys love talking about how you skip calves. Calves are genetic, man. That may be. But are you just gonna say screw it and not even try? Come on, man, that is freaking foolish behavior. Absolutely foolish. So I'm fucking starving right now. I stayed in the gym way too long just yapping it up. I'm still only at, waiting for the stupid simple macro tracker to load, 1,300 calories left, so 840. That means I've got 1,140 calories left to play with for the night. So that's all good with me, man. That's perfect. You know, I want to go to bed full. I'd rather have more of my food closer to the end of the day than in the beginning. Because you're just asking for trouble if you get to like 6 o'clock and you only have 500 calories left for the night. I mean, I can almost guarantee the uninitiated lifter is just going to be like, screw it. And just start munching on some kind of treat. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying I don't do that sometimes. You know, I've never done a cut where there was anything really riding on it apart from just, you know, getting leaner. So it's not like a little bit of cheating is going to destroy you. But in order to actually lose body fat, you have to be on a week-to-week basis on average in a calorie deficit. This is some of the intra-workout drink with some Silo 9. The hostile amino electrolyte mix. There's a special little code in the bottom. They're doing a little deal on them. So per week, right? So let's say your your maintenance calories is 2,500. You know, you plug it into that online tracker. You find that value by plugging in. Like, you go online, you look up maintenance calorie calculator. You plug in your height, your weight, your energy level, which is basically like how often are you exercising, your age, your gender, everything like that, and it'll pump out a number. Now that number isn't going to be, you know, 100% accurate, but it can be a pretty good ballpark. The best method for finding your actual maintenance calories is tracking everything you eat, just, you know, eating when you're hungry. Like, actually weighing out all the food that you eat when you're hungry for it, right? Weighing yourself every morning, and let's say you stay the same weight for a whole week, right? The average of how many calories you ate that week as well, that's basically your maintenance calorie calculator. Well, that's basically your maintenance calories calculated. So the basic premise of weight loss is like, it's just thermodynamics. So a pound of fat, I'm pretty sure, is about 3,000-ish calories. So if you wanted to lose a pound of fat per week, that would mean that in that 1 week, you have to eat 3,000 calories less than your maintenance calories for the week. So that would be about a 400 calorie deficit. Now, my weight's kind of been plateauing. I think I'm overeating just a touch because I've really been doing about 20. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I don't know what I'm doing right now. They're like closing down part of the road. No, I've really been doing more like 2,800 calories. So a little bit closer to my actual maintenance than I guess I would want to be at. I should be getting a little bit lighter by way of actually hitting that 2,500 calorie level. So or whatever. So in that whole week, if you want to lose body fat, you have to eat 3,000 calories below your maintenance. And if you have a whole week of good days, fucking, you hit your 2,100 calories every day, but then that last day, you have 7,000 calories as like a rebound, then it completely counteracts your whole week before, and you are just boned. You just boned yourself. Now, it's not going to say that you're not going to be able to get back on track, but if you consistently eat above your maintenance calories, then there's no chance that the scale is going to move or your body fat percentage is going to go down. If you can understand what I'm trying to say. I'm totally screwed. What is going on here right now? There's like a road closure. I'm trying to navigate around it. But, is it up? Where the fuck am I right now? Damn. What was I saying? Yeah, so if you want to lose body fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit for a sustained period of time. No cheating. None of this bull crap, eating treats and not tracking it into your stupid simple macro tracker. Even just like if you raid the pantry a little bit, you grab a little handful of chips and you don't track it. If you do that 10 times in a day, which is not hard to do, then guess what, man? You can overshoot your calorie deficit easily, right? So you have to be kind of OCD about this shit if you actually want to, make progress. I find it very, not amusing, but interesting how little information people actually kind of have in their brain about how to, lose body fat. Like, if you've ever seen like news debates where it's, a reporter or whatever, and they're doing an interview with someone, and they're going on about how, exercise and calories do not determine the amount of body fat that someone gains or loses. It's not even a question, And I'll tell you this before I cut to Kroger, because I do need to get a little bit of food. Once you actually get into tracking your macros and all this stuff, right? Once you start tracking it and you actually can see that, the amount and the types of foods that you eat will have a direct correlation with, what your body is composed of in terms of fats, in terms of gaining protein, muscle. Once you take the red pill, there's no going back. You're locked in. No one that I have ever talked to, and I may be biased because I probably only talk to lifters, but whatever. No one that I have ever talked to has started counting their macros, done it for a consistent period of time, and then said, this is stupid. This is dumb. I don't want to do this anymore. That has never freaking happened in my experience. So, I don't want to worry about what I eat. I just want to go to the gym. Maybe I'll have a protein shake every so often. That's the blue pill, man. You're staying in the matrix, I just want you to think about that, right? You're Neo, and I'm Morpheus. I'm just presenting you the opportunity to take a serious look into the real world. All right, enough of these Matrix references. Let's cut to Kroger and see what I'm gonna eat for the next meal.